Hello. Today we're going to be looking at measuring volume. So volume is when we start off with a distance, so going from point A to point B, and then we take that distance and cover it towards another distance. So point A to B, but cover this whole distance, we get an area. Now we take that covering and we take it a whole distance as well to get a whole surface. And we see how much space is taken up by that whole surface. That is volume. Some people think of that as length times width times height or breadth or depth. However you want to think of it. It goes in three dimensions, three distances. So X, Y, Z, however you want to think of that, vertical, horizontal, and some other one. But that is volume. So when we are measuring volume, it's going to be very similar to what we did with area. With area, we did one side times another. And so we had perfectly, we would get a square because it'd be same length here, same length here. With volume, though, if we take that one dimension further, we get a cube. That would be the perfect unit for it, a cube. So that's why they call them cubic units. You've heard the term cubic whenever we were multiplying numbers times themselves 3 times. So if you had 2 times 2 times 2, that would be 2 cubed. You would get 8 because you would multiply that number times itself 3 times. So that concept is very important to know when we're doing volume and when measuring volume and converting with units of volume. So once again, I just want to kind of give you a demonstration of how you can use what you know about just the linear distance and then just cube your conversion factors in order to convert these very easily. So let's say we had 2 cubic feet of something. It doesn't really matter what it is to me. But let's say we want to know how many cubic inches we have, because we have small cubic inches of things that we're going to fill. Say it's a box or something. The box is 2 cubic feet. We want to see how many little styrofoam cubes we need in order to fill it. You know, like people packing with the little styrofoam packs and stuff. Yeah, let's just go with that. That's a good example. So we have 2 cubic feet, and we're going to convert that to cubic inches. Well, luckily, we know that if we're doing this, our inches will go up here, our feet will go down here. But since we're dealing with cubic feet, we need to cube this number. Since we're changing it to inches, it's going to be cubic inches. Well, how many inches are in a foot? Okay, well, we know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. All right, very good. However, we are dealing with cubic inches. So this 12 now needs to be raised to the third power, or cubed. This 1 also needs to be raised to the third power, or cubed. So in order to convert this, we have to do 2 cubic feet times 12 cubic inches divided by 1 cubic feet. Okay, that's pretty simple. That's very similar to what you did with area. And it's still similar to what you did with linear distance as well. Also similar to what you do with capacity and everything else. The one difference is because this is cubic units, you need to make sure you cube your conversion factors. Okay, well, let's see how it would go from here. Well, we know that our feet cubes, or cubic feet, would cancel, or they would divide to 1, simplify, however you want to say that. We then would have 2 times 12 to the third power. 12 to the third power is 1,728. Multiply that times 2, you get 3,456. And if it's wrong, correct it, check it, leave a comment so we can change it in the video. Goodness, it's not. So when we do that, we end up with cubic inches. This would technically be divided by this bottom one, divided by 1 to the third. 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. So anything divided by 1 stays the same. So, all right, final answer will be 3,454 cubic inches. Now, for those of you that feel like you'll have trouble with this and you just want to know what's the conversion factor straight up, you can find that yourself. How? Same way you did with area. Since we're cubing all our numbers, all we have to do is cube these guys. So 12 to the third power will give us 1,728. So this will be cubic inches equals 1 cubic foot. 3 Feet, we cube that. 3 times 3 times 3 will be 27 cubic feet equals 1 cubic yard. And you can, of course, cube 1,760 yards to get your cubic miles. I'm not going to do that for you. But you can see how it still keeps that same general case that if we have a power here, it needs to be on a conversion factor as well in order for you to convert properly. And that's it simply. So that's how you measure with customary units for volume. And honestly, whenever you're doing anything that's going to be raised to a power, so say if you went to a different dimension and you're looking at units of measurement, you just have to take whatever power is here and make sure that's on the power for the conversion factor as well. Raise to that same power. So no different from area. Volumes are different. If you need it to go in fourth or fifth dimensions for whatever reason in the future, you could do so as well. All right. So that's it. I'll see you soon.